somebody into the ruck is somebody who can jump over the top of him, maybe just for half a quarter, and then put him back to centre-half forward.
Well, the thing about the ruck contest, they've got two dominant ruckmen. They've got Renton as well as Cleven in there. They're both experienced, really big ruckmen, and so they've been able to double team guys like Ralph in the ruck there and really work off him and been able to really expose him around the ground a little bit. We've seen Cleven get involved across half-back, become the loose man, dropping off that kick behind play and really take advantage of that. And when Renton takes his spell from the ruck, he goes forward, which is the other thing. That catches Ralph unawares as well. So that's something that they've really worked out really well there, East Ringwood, and been able to expose North Ringwood in the ruck contests.
You know, we've spoken about the wind. I personally think that it's probably a 3-goal win down to the highway end there, but we'll see now. We'll just see what happens in the first 10 minutes. North Ringwood, though, they just can't rely on the wind. They've got to play smart football. They've got to lower their eyes. And I just think they've got to do what East Ringwood did. You've got to play the corridor on this ground.
And take the game on a little bit. Take your chances when they come. Move the ball on quickly. And you can kick goals from 45 to 50 out here today, kicking to that Maroondah Highway into the ground.
You certainly can, BWS. What a cracking start of football.
It's exciting.
This has been.
Really was exciting, Brandon. Really, it just sounds like one of my old Tonka truck fire engines, that siren, doesn't it? With you run it forward and then the wheels just keep spinning until it goes down. That's very old school. What do you reckon, Leroy?
When you say old BWS, you mean you still got it?
Oh yeah, it's in the cupboard, mate. Got to bring it out for the nieces and nephews.
Comes out on special occasions.
Yeah, but it's really for me. But no, looking forward to hearing what the guys down Boundary Side have to say. He's Max Stankamp.
G'day guys, I'm down here with East Ringwood coach Marcus Pizzaglo. Mark, how do you see that quarter?
Oh, look, it was pleasing. Obviously disappointing to give away two fairly easy goals, but for us to kick 6 or 7 in the quarter, we've done that for a while. So yeah, no, I was really happy with that. Yeah.
What's the plan now with going against the wind? Are you going to chuck a few behind the ball, or what's the go there?
Not initially, mate. No, not initially. I think we're winning enough of the footy. We'll certainly have to lower our eyes and slow the game down a little bit. But look, I don't think it's a huge win. I think we'll just play the way we're playing the last quarter and hopefully hold in this quarter.
Perfect. Thanks, mate. Good luck for the rest of the game.
Fantastic stuff there by Max Stankamp down Boundary Side. Will Taylor was across at the North Ringwood huddle, so no doubt we'll hear what Peter Banfield had to say to his troops at quarter time. They currently trail by 22 points. Wilbur, what happened at the huddle?
Yeah, Peter Banfield not happy at all in the North Ringwood camp. He pretty much said tackling was not good enough at all. They only had 21 tackles in that quarter. None of them really sticked at all. They really need to lift their tackling, and he also said that Jack Whelan was the only player in the game in that first quarter, and they need to work a lot harder in the second quarter to really get themselves back into this.
Thanks, Will, and there's in a free kick straight away. It's going to Griffiths. I've got no idea what for.
No idea.
Nonetheless, there was a bit of a punching going on outside the square at centre half back for North Ringwood.
Well, nonetheless, the ball is in the hands of Ralph. He's about 70 metres out. He'll probably have a shot here, judging by the way he's winding up. But he goes to the top of the square, trying to find Haley. But the ball was brought down. Snap all around the back there from Hardwell. Top of the goal square, and a poor kick rushing there was disappointing from Fenton. I thought young Charlie Haley had taken mark of the century.
Boundary with the stats.
Now we can go in the hands of Cleveland. Umpires paid another free kick here, and it's going to be a downfield. I've got no idea what it's for. The umpires are blowing whistles left, right and centre.
Boundary for the free kick.
Let's go Boundary Side now.
Yeah, there was a holding off the ball on the centre half forward flank there, which is what the free kick was called for, right in front of the umpire.
Thank you, Max. So the free kick's going to go to Charlie Haley, little goal snake.
Looks to be a bit proppy there, Charlie.
He does, and I think the ball's going to go to the hands now of Van Unen. I've got no idea what is going on here. Nonetheless, Van Unen has the ball in a tight angle, right where Joshy Waitman kicked his cracking goal. This will be an absolute cracker if he can kick it.
The wind brings it back, so if you just pop it out in front, it'll swing back in.
Here's Van Unen. Kick looks all right off the boot, but it's drifted to the near side for a behind.
Goal umpire Dave Parker was all over that one there.
It's crossed down Boundary Side to Will Taylor with the stats that matter at quarter time.
Yeah, thanks to True Stat Mass Stats, inside forward 50s in that first quarter. East Ringwood 14-9. Clearances, East Ringwood dominated 17-6. And the tap outs 19-12 favour East Ringwood. Free kick out, all even at 4-piece.
So Charlie Haley fell over there, one that he shouldn't have. And he's trying to keep the ball alive. Good work there from Charlie Haley to keep the ball in the North Ringwood forward 50. Bit of bash and crash stuff there from young Charlie. So we'll have a boundary throw in here. 2 minutes gone at East Ringwood Recreation Reserve in the second term. Ralph got front spot, but Cleveland won the tap. Doing a bit of roam work was Cleveland. The ball's pinballing out towards the back of the pack, and coming in over the back, wrapping that one up was David Evans-Marcius. Right on the forward 50 arc paint for the Saints. Tap one down by Ralph there, and he tapped it into his face. Nice little falcon, and Whelan wraps up the East Ringwood boys loud and centre.
So we'll have a bounce right on the paint of 50. Ralph took it from the stoppage. Needs to get rid of the handball. He did to Fenton this way, that way. Got dispossessed. That was really good play there by Evans-Marcius. Little scrambling kick, but it was picked up by Harbeck. Dumps it on his boot over the top of Hill's head. It'll bounce. It'll bounce. It'll stay alive. No, it won't. It'll go through for a minor score to North Ringwood. 3 minutes into this second term, they move to 3-5-23, 20 points in arrears of East Ringwood, who are kicking straight. 7-1-43 is the grandstand side, is the place to go, and the big man in Renton is the target over the back. Loco created the spoil. Handball came out to Renton, who looked back. That was okay. Evans-Marcius slammed it on his boot up towards the wing position, looking for Balo. Knocked away from him. That was good defensive play by Maddie Payne, and over she goes for a boundary throw-in. Right near our boundary riders today, Will Taylor and Max Stankamp. Right in front of the brand new pavilion. It's the Cooper Smith Pavilion. It comes in now. Jack Whelan, he was able to trap it. Strong tackle there by Chris Cherney. He needs to be rewarded for that. Whelan just kept trying and trying, but he had one arm pinged, so he's not too happy either about it, Jack, but he just needs to get on with it. Get the ball back. Can't afford any 25-metre penalties. It comes out. Osborne got the linking handball on the left boot. Helicopter punt all the way through for one behind from outside 50. That was disappointing. Entry inside the forward arc there for East Ringwood. They'll be disappointed, but they did gain another point lead, and it currently sits at 21 points on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. 7-2-44 to 3-5-23.
So North Ringwood to bring the ball back in from the behind. Ball's in the hands of Tim Jones. He goes short, finds his teammate in Michael Loco right in front of the derail sign. Loco goes long down the wing, trying to find a Ralph running back with a flight, but in the end it was a good strong mark taken there by Matty Payne. Payne's at the ball right in front of the scoreboard here at East Ringwood. Payne goes long. Good strong mark there taken by Rory Harbeck. He swings around on his right foot, pressing up with Sam Banfield. Good strong mark from Banners. Banner swings on the left foot, trying to find his teammate here in Hill, and great forward entry there from the Saints. That was great link-up play from the behind, I should say, all set up there by Michael Loco. Now the Saints have an opportunity to kick their fourth goal of the day.
It was great play, Gus. 4 great marks on the lead to North Ringwood there.
So now Tommy Hill. Kick looks all right off the boot. The goal umpire does not move, and Tommy Hill puts the fourth on the board for the Saints. East Ringwood 7-2-44. North Ringwood 4-5-29. 5.5 minutes played at East Ringwood Recreation Reserve.
Yeah, look, it's taken them 5.5 minutes to get that goal, and look, Marcus Bozzaglo would be happy so far with the East Ringwood quarter. But there's certainly, the job's not over yet, because as we just saw East Ringwood in the first quarter, bang, 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 and you hit the scoreboard, you're back in the game.
I don't think Marcus would be happy at all, just to be devil's advocate. It's been in the forward line for North Ringwood the whole way, and that was play of the day so far. Going after it, Jack Whelan hits the deck in a strong tackle.
Well, at quarter time, we heard Marcus say how they wanted to hold the ball up and lower their eyes. That's something they haven't done yet this quarter, and at North Ringwood have actually made them pay now.
Well, charging through Osborne, he's having some sort of a gain. I love the way he attacks the football, but he had a fresh hair shot, and he's Gonski. So a free kick will go the way. Well, thought it was going to go to Sharp, but he gives it to his skipper in Whelan, who switches the ball out wide, looking for his brother in Sam. Big fly over the back. Couldn't quite pull it down on the first attempt. Goes after it again. Well done there by Eckers. Got the handball back. Here's Batera on the right boot. Squeezed it up to Cleveland. Gave the handball to Osborne. Put him under a lot of in a lot of trouble. He almost should have got pinged for that one. Whelan goes after it again. They are very lucky to be still at even Stevens on the wing position here, East Ringwood. Just probably rushing it a little bit too much there as the umpire throws it up. Ralph versus Cleveland. Ralph got the knockdown straight into the arms there of Osborne. Flicked it over the back. That was okay. Powell just bangs it on his boot. Kicks it up towards centre half forward. Loco was at the back. Nicely done there by Balo. Good use of the body. Spills out now to Waitman. Little in and under handball. They need to go backwards to go forwards. Here's Balo on the right boot. Have a look at this one go. It travelled a long, long way, but it just didn't have the carry in the end, and it'll be the Saints now through Johns up towards the half back line. Just trying to almost trap it with the one hand there was Sam Banfield. Almost got legged as well. Umpire said play on, probably a little bit stiff. Beautiful little flick there from Farmer to keep the ball alive for the Roos. Got it to Cleveland, who got it back to Farmer, who'll hug the boundary line here, and a strong mark has been taken there. Out wide by Dylan Balo, gives the handball away. He put his teammate in Farmer under a fair bit of pressure. He slipped at the crucial stage, and it's Sammy Whelan who's on top of him, and we will have another bounce.
Unlucky not to get a free kick there. He got collected high as he went to ground, but umpire blindsided the contest and wasn't able to see it.
So Taratura and Cleveland. Cleveland wins the tap down, but there's a few Saints jumpers there. Putting his head over the footy was Wheeler. Tap forward there from Shield, but East Ringwood now can rebound. Joshy Waitman there, handballs back to Serlo. Cerny, but another great clearance there from North Ringwood, trying to find a teammate. Good strong hit up mark has been taken there by Rory Harbeck. Just got to be cleaner inside the middle third of the ground, do the Roos. But now Rory Harbeck's probably going to have to kick this one from the top of the square, BWS. And this will certainly test him, but with the wind going towards the mountain highway end, he might have the journey.
Distance won't be a problem.
Here's Rory Harbeck from 55 metres out. The kick looks right off the boot, but it's just drifted to the right-hand side. So now it's East Ringwood 7-2-44, North Ringwood 4-6-30. We've played 9 minutes here at East Ringwood Recreation Reserve.
So James Balo to bring the ball back in. Plays it to himself, kicks it out towards the Cleveland direction. The big man had to fly. Farmer got his handle on it. Running over was Darcy Price and seeing it over the boundary line out of bounds. A few little screams were on the full, coming off above the knee. High to bring the ball back in. So Taratua versus Cleveland. Cleveland had the front spot. He palmed it down with a double fister. In and under there was Fenton. He couldn't release the pill, and the umpire will come in and bounce it once again. 98.1 Radio Eastern today. Streaming live around the globe, afl.org.au. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast. Division 1 football at its best. Standalone game, Division 1 today. And for the league, we're spoilt to be able to call 2 games on a weekend. Getting ready for the finals.
Sun's out too here at East Ringwood Recreation Reserve.
Gus has got the sunnies on. Great to have Gus on the broadcast team today. His red jacket's off and his black one's on.
Happy to make the switch as Taratua wins a tap down only as far as the opposition teammate here, but the ball's trying to rebound out now. East Ringwood go long down the wing, trying to find a mark, but I think it's going to trickle across the boundary line. That one is now Michael Loco. Is going to be awarded a free kick for out of bounds on the full right in front of Banfield's coaching box. So Michael Loco. Not a lot of options building for him. He's going to go for the switch. No, he's not. He's going to go long down the line, trying to find Taratua. Great spoil there from Cleveland as Whelan tries to track the ball on the boundary line. That he can't. It trickles across for a boundary throw-in.
I'm very impressed with the work of Cleveland, not only in his ruck work, but just the little things he does in the shepherds, the little knockaways. He makes it so much easier for his on-ballers.
Very experienced player, former premiership player at Mulgrave, been around the AFL for a long, long time, knows his craft very well, Dean Cleven.
So Cleven wins a tap down, but Charlie Hayes sling tackled there by Joshy Waitman.
Just on Cleven, boys. He's the only player in the EFL who gets a brand new pair of footy boots and at the end of the season can still sell them brand new because he hasn't kicked the ball.
So Cleven wins a tap down to Cerny. East Ringwood looking to go forward. Paul kicks a bit of a grubber. Charlie Hill. And the ball's just going to trickle towards the boundary line. Dived on top of there was Wood. The umpire a bit slow to blow his whistle, but in the end, Michael Loco will trickle the ball across the boundary line. Right in front of Peter Banfield's coaching box once again. It'll be Cleveland and Taratura to do battle here.
So East Ringwood looking for their first goal of the term. Only had one so far, a couple of behinds. Going forward now for them. Eckers fell over at the crucial stage. Osborne's in there as well, and guess who? Jack Whelan at the bottom of the pack.
I think what East Ringwood are going to try and do is open up their forward line a little bit because it's very crowded down there.
Little knock away. Fenton came in and, geez, he copped an elbow to the face there. But he's straight up. Little Warrior gets the handball away. So the Saints looking to use the far side out here of the ground. The switch went on. Wind held that ball up. Loco went after it, diving on top of his opponent. And number 58, a change of jumper. I think that might be Balo. I'll get the boundary riders to confirm that for East Ringwood as it comes out now. Evans Marcius came out. Well done, Pete. I heard ya. Thanks for the echo. Kinsella sees it over the boundary line and out of bounds.
I think his jumper might have had a case of leather poisoning, so had to take it off.
Something like that as it comes out now. Strong tackle there by Griffiths, and Osborne sees it over the boundary line and out. 13 minutes gone. It's a 14-point margin. 44 plays 30. Sunny's out, and it's freezing. Ray looks like a little Eskimo. It's quite cute, actually. As the umpire brings the ball back into play, Tarachua. Well, it just got held up in the breeze then, so it'll be the chance for the Saints to handball through the middle, but Farmer has something to say about that for East Ringwood. From inside the square, he goes a long, long way and he hits the pine. 3/4 of the way up, I tell you what. Who said the breeze is going the other way? Christ. It just went through for a behind, almost an absolute pearler, that
I think that kick would have gone straight to the roof of the Carrickaloika Centre out the back and had that much wind on it. But nonetheless, North Ringwood will rebound out of the half-back line. Taratura, don't know how he marked that. Sorry, in the end, it was Matty Payne. He's been good off the half-back flank for the Saints. In a bit of toss and bubble here, and he goes long down the line trying to find a teammate. But there's two Roos who fly up, and one of them was Eckers. What's the umpire doing here? He's paying a free kick for pushing out. Bad luck there to Batira. And I think he's going to pay a 50-metre penalty. That's just silly football from the Roos. Bazagla will be furious about that one.
The free kick was for shepherding in the marking contest, and then obviously he kicked the ball thinking, not realising that's what's happened, and the 15-metre penalty paid
25.
25,
which is about 35 as well.
So now I think they'll pop it towards the top of the square, trying to find Tommy Hill, but that's an absolute shocking kick. I reckon Ray Baird could have had a better shoot than that one. And in the end, the ball triggers across the boundary line for a on the full, I think it is. And it's in the hands now of Darcy Hubbard right in front of the Tobin Brothers Funeral sign. Tobin Brothers Funeral celebrating lives, great sponsor.
Ray was a good player back in his day.
So he says.
Taratura, big fly over the back. Good strong mark from Maxi Taratura, the big ruckman. I reckon this one could be in range for him, but he might just go over the top of the goal square option. That he does. Who's going to fly out the back? Tommy Hill couldn't quite get his hands on it. Ball's trickling in the way. Great forward pressure there from the Smalls, Darcy Payne. The ball rolls across the boundary line on the 50-metre arc for the Saints.
It's a good spoil there by Matty Shepherd, the smallest man in that contest, to come over the back and force the spoil. A certain East Ringwood mark, 50 metres out from goal, down the Saints' end. They lead this game by 15 points. 15 and a half minutes gone in the second term. Be Harbeck going up against Cleveland that time. Whelan just made sure he owned it in the end, got it away to Sharp. Little snap around the body, went straight down the throat there of Shepherd, who managed to trap it. He'll kick it to the hot spot, top of the square, over the top there of Tommy Hill's head. It trickles, and it trickles over the boundary line and out of bounds. 25 metres out from goal. 7:3:45 to 4:6:30. Big crowd out here at East Ringwood. Not a car park in sight. They're lined up on the mountain highway outside as well. Great facilities. Ball hits the deck. Griffiths and Balo in the contest. Hands it back to the umpire. So can we get a breakout from here as it comes out? Cleveland got the little knockout wide. That was good play. Here's James Balo now. His kick was smothered though, so it still stays inside that forward arc for North Ringwood. Expect the umpire to come in and bounce this one, as Balo will hand it back to the umpire. About 40 metres out from goal. Cleveland and Ralph, no one got the clear knockout that time. Well done there by Osborne, quickly trapped there by Whelan. They got it away. East Ringwood, they're linking up. Little handball over the top. It was dangerous, but Havonen was there. Oh, going in hard there was Shepherd. Almost a tunnelling free kick. Whelan goes after it, dived into his opponent. The umpire was unbecoming with a free kick, and we'll have another bounce 45 metres out from the North Ringwood goals. There's a lot of players around this football. Can the Saints conjure something from here? No, they can't, because Cleveland gets the knockdown straight into the arms there of James Balo, who kicks it along the boundary line out towards centre wing position where Devlin sees it over. Let's cross down boundary side to Will Taylor with some stats that matter, thanks to Choose Tap.
Yeah, the clearances, East Ringwood dominating at 10-4 in the clearances. Tap out still East Ringwood's favourite 13-9, and the inside forward 50s 5 apiece. And the free kick count, North Ringwood 4-1.
Tap one down there by Cleveland. The ball's just going to pinball around. I've heard a whistle here. I'm not sure what for. I think the umpire's just going to ball it up. So Ralph and Cleveland do battle in the ruck. Ralphie wins that tap down, trying to find Banfield. Jones wicks the footy up there, and he's just being dispossessed. Well done to Johns. Now he's fine Banfield. Banfield one bounce, goes inbound, finds Shepherd. Shepherd back to Banfield. Banfield to the top of the square. The umpire looks like he's not going to move very much. Sammy Banfield kicks an absolute cracker. Vibro Jim goal a day contender from Sam Banfield. What great link-up play that was from Shepherd and Sammy Banfield. He puts his second on the board for the Saints. East Ringwood 7-3, 46. North Ringwood 5-6. 36, and they're coming, Ray Baird.
Yeah, they're just edging their way. They're not doing it in a hurry, but they're just edging their way back into this game. And look, has anybody noticed any difference in the umpiring today? Because if you notice, we've got 3 umpires out there with the standalone game.
There you go. Ray Baird with the stats that matter.
Ball back in the middle. What can East Ringwood do now? They hold on to a 9-point lead. They go forward. Coming in from the side and almost pulling it in was Powell. He goes after it again. In there was Eckers also. He hits the deck. And we will have a bounce. See. Umpire throws it up once more. Balo was there. Loco also over the boundary line and out of bounds. Need to get a goal out of this stoppage. East Ringwood, it's important. Haven't kicked a goal yet this term, and we're almost into time on. 7-goal opening quarter for them. Renton got the knockdown, but to no avail. The Saints were running, but it was nicely chopped off there by Waitman. It eventually comes out to Cherney, who might want to have a ping here, but went for the safer option. The kick goes up towards the top of the goal square. A big flying packing shoes. Well done there by Ralph, the big man who got the handball away. And now here's Jimmy Dean, who has a bounce. Races out wide. He might have a second. Crosses that Bendigo Bank scoreboard area this way, that way. Swings back in on the right boot. He was clever in the end. Sam Banfield takes the mark. Kick the last goal. Very exciting one as well. He'll wind around on that familiar left and kick it up towards the half-forward line where Tommy Hill came out. He almost took it on his chest. Going in hard there was Chadwick. He forced the spoil over the top there. Renton was in there as well. Handball out wide. Banfield went after it but claimed the tackle. A strong one there for North Ringwood. Umpire's going to reward him as well, which maybe he's a little bit stiff, and eventually advantage paid is given. It goes towards the Haley direction. It was knocked away from him. They're inside the arc here, North Ringwood, squeezing a kick out, James Balo. He might hit up the target there in Chadwick, but a little Donaki from Jack Whelan went bang inside forward 50, but nobody was home. Delaney, the last line of defence, takes the safe mark for East Ringwood, and they'll be able to get the ball out of that danger zone where Renton takes it across centre half back. He's got options left, right and centre. He eventually decides to go right, which is a risky one too because it does hold up in the breeze, but a strong mark's been taken there by Owen Chadwick over Jack Whelan.
So now the Roos can look to build to something towards a goal. 21 minutes played at East Ringwood. Terrible kick straight into the hands of Banfield. Banfield's going to look to slow the play down.
He's having a good game.
I'll tell you what, Banfield's come into the play in this last 10 minutes of this quarter.
That he has. Long surging kick. Good spoil over the back there from Eckers. Snap around the corner, looks quite good off the boat, and North Ringwood just keeping on. What a cracking finish that one was. Great goal from Darcy Price. He puts his first on the board for the Saints. And I tell you what, boys, East Ringwood, they need a response and they need one quick.
It's a 4-on-1 situation going into the 50 there, and East Ringwood should have been able to talk and been able to ruffle that one and get it out of the danger zone. The spoil, front and centre, well done by Price to kick that goal.
I think I'll go back a little bit further. Renton had the ball at centre half back, and I think he went the wrong option going the other side. He had players free on this side.
So once again, Renton in the ruck. He got the front, he got the knockdown. Cherney just goes bang on the right boot, off the ground as well, if you don't mind. Travelled every bit of 40 metres, couldn't quite trap it there, was Bishop, but he went after it again. Brought Cameron Shield down in a strong tackle, and we'll have a bounce at true centre half forward for East Ringwood. What a cracker we're seeing out here. 7-3-45, the Roos, the Saints 6-6-42. It's a 3-point ball game. Cherney from the stoppage goes after it, brought straight to ground, eventually released it. That was good play, well done by Big Ralph, got the handball away. Sam Whelan this time dispossessed, almost could have got pinged. Loco went in sharp, got dispossessed also. Cherney threw his head back, umpire was unbecoming in a free kick there. Powell goes after it, a lot of strong tackling from both sides there, a lot of desperation, and we'll have a bounce about 35 metres out from the Roos goal line.
So Taratua into the ruck now, and Ralphie's gone forward. Diving on the ball there was Sterney, over the top, out of mid-air! Oh, and that one just missed. Great effort there from Powell. He puts a point on the board. Second score for East Ringwood this quarter, 7-4-46, North Ringwood 6-6-42. The Ringwood rivalry between East and North, always a cracker here at East Ringwood Recreation Reserve. And kicking the ball back in will be Anthony Sharp. I think it's Jack Whelan actually. So Whelan to kick the ball back in, kicks to himself, looks to play on, comes broadcast side, trying to find a teammate there in Whelan. But Heath Decker provided a good option, a bit of a platform for a big sport to come over the back there from number 12, which is Lee Osborne.
Sam Whelan taking off the long sleeves at quarter time.
Very wide in, recognising. So boundary umpire throws in, good tap one down there by Renton. Straight into the path of Joshy Waitman. And a bit of attention now going into Griffiths.
Sam Whelan's in a bit of trouble here. We might, he might come off. We'll get the boundary riders just to keep an eye on him. He's very proppy. Pye throws it up now. Cherney, he's having a lot of the football, doing well. Got it away to Waitman. Handball went further afield to Osborne. Uagonski, Osborne. Fantastic tackle that time by Mark Griffiths.
Game really starting to heat up, BWS.
It's always fun when it's on the grandstand side. We've seen a fair bit of it today as well, which is pretty exciting.
Griffiths and Osborne have been going at each other since the very first bounce.
Well, he let himself down there, and Osborne smothered it, almost quickly trapped it. He'll get the handball received that time from Eckers. Osborne looping handball over the top. Balo got it. That was okay. Here's Devlin. Handball inside. They're under a lot of pressure. Taratua, well, he was in there, the big man, but quickly wrapped up by Devlin, and we'll have a bounce 55 metres out from goal. Let's cross down to Max Stankamp.
Yeah, Sammy Whelan's just come off, limping, favouring his left leg. I'm not sure what exactly is wrong with it, but Tommy Hill also came off a few minutes ago, looking a bit proppy as well. So we'll keep you posted.
Yep, don't be shy. Head over there and suss it all out. As Sharp got the handball back, and now the Saints will go towards the Jones direction. Nicely spoiled there by James Balo, over the boundary line and out of bounds. Sammy Whelan almost getting another touch there in the dugout.
So ball right in front of Peter Banfield's coaching box with plenty going on down there. Taratura and Fenton to do rough battle again. Fenton running to tap down. Great work there from Cerny, weaving and diving. Ball's come out of the back now to Bello. Bello was tackled. Big tackle over the back there from Shepherd. The ball goes to the hot spot for North Ringwood. Oh, and Michael Loco should have been awarded the mark there, but wasn't. The one-handed grab. Another ball up. 45 metres out, 45-degree angle for the Roos. Bench looking a bit. Umpire's blown a whistle here. I'm not sure what for. I don't even think the umpire knows what for. Nonetheless, we're going to ball it up. So Renton wins a tap down straight into the lap of Powell. Another ball up once again. Same spot, 45-degree angle, 40 metres out for the Roos. Fenton, nice little tap into space, only as far as Hill. Dropping the ball out of the back there now, Cerny. Cerny swings on the left foot. Which way will it bounce? Straight into the palms. And a great tackle there from Payne. And East Ringwood look to clear the ball out of the back line from Whelan. Trying to keep the ball alive with Josh Ralph. Big crunching tackle on Jaden Van Unen. Umpire, what's he going to say? He's going to say, I'll ball it up. What great work there from Joshy Ralph. But even better work coming over the back was Mitch Farmer with the big tackle. So Taratura and Renton. Renton wins a tap down to Cerny. Cerny's been lively, but so is Charlie Haley. And as well as Jack Whelan in the bottom of the pack, like he always is. Right in front of the North Ringwood coaching box, the new grandstand here. Renton wins a tap down into space for Waitman. What can Waitman do? We have a whistle for holding, and it's going the way. And it's It's going to go the way of Joshua Waitman. So Waitman goes to top spot, and a good mark coming across the back. Good strong hands there from Danny Wood. Wood switches to find his teammate Aaron Sharp. Sharp takes the mark right in front of the cricket nets here at East Ringwood Reserve. Not many options presenting, so he looks to slow it down. Nice little kick trying to find Hill.
Good hit.
That they does. Wheels around onto the right foot to go long down the line, trying to find a teammate there in Harbeck, and the ball's been turned over. Good strong mark taken there. So East Ring are looking to switch now, and the ball's in the hands of Connor Devlin. Puts the footy up in the air.
Cross down boundary side to Max Stankamp.
Yeah, both blokes down here are fine. Sammy Willens had his foot stood on, and Tommy Hill's copped a knock to the nether regions, but both will be out there shortly.
There you go, great work here from there, Maxi. As a big strong mark has been taken there. East Ring are looking to surge into the forward line and try and get their first goal of the term. With entries like that, they're not going to do so. Ball's in the lap now of Harbeck, and Harbeck just takes the ball across the boundary line. And he's paid deliberate. Is that even a rule in the eastern suburbs?
Yes, it is. Certainly is a rule.
Well, it is a rule now. Deliberate.
Can't be too long left.
Last time
almost need to have a shot here.
Really impossible to kick goals from this pocket with the wind blowing the way it is this afternoon. This would have to be a miraculous kick.
So for East Ringwood's first goal of the turn, this will test him. He's going to kick from 50 right on the boundary line. Looks to go towards the top of the square, it's just going to trickle. And a good mark has been taken, but unfortunately it's gone out of bounds on the full, and the ball's in the hand of Joshy Ralph.
So the big man Ralph takes off, wants to just dump it out of that danger zone. He goes towards the Van Union direction, he used his body beautifully, took the mark. The handball didn't stick though, so it comes in the arms there of Devlin. Little knock over the top. There's still two kicks from home here, the Roos. Kick it to the hot spot where Balo was there. Couldn't quite pull it down. Fenton was able to mop up for the Saints though, this way, that way, on the right boot. Squeezed to kick out, but it was an absolute shocker. He turned it over. This time it's James Balo. James Balo set sail for goal from 50 metres out. He's pushed it, and he's pushed it wide again. It goes out of bounds on the full. As the siren sounds to announce half-time out here, a great quarter of football by the North Ringwood Football Club, able to keep East Ringwood goalless in that term. Bendigo Bank scoreboard at half-time reads 7-4-46, a 4-point lead to the home side. North Ringwood 6-6-42. The major goal kickers on the ground. Lee Osborne has 2 for East Ringwood, while for North Ringwood, Harbeck and Bountfield 2 apiece. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast on 98.1 Radio Eastern and streaming live around the globe, efl.org.au. An entertaining first half. It can only shape up for what is going to be an absolute cracker.